All right, take two. Good morning, everyone. It is January 24th, Friday, 2025. It is 9:30 in the morning, New York City time. It looks like we're just in time for the market to open. All right, let's try this again. Fix audio problems in YouTube, I believe. Yes, confirmation that that is the case. All right, let's look at the market tape. S&P futures up 0.05%, Nasdaq up 0.05, Dow is down 0.15%, Russell is down 1.17%, VIX futures are down 0.75%, Treasuries are down slightly, gold is up 0.57%, crude is up 0.6%, nat gas is down 2.3%, Bitcoin is up 1.9%, FTSE is down 0.42%. The Nikkei ended flat. The Shanghai index ended up 0.78%. And the US dollar is down 0.36% versus other currencies. All right. Sorry for the sound issues, YouTube people. I guess it was OBS, but yeah, all fixed now. All right. How's everyone doing? I'm going to unmute you, Sunflower. Thank you for your patience and your volunteer work. And I'm probably not alone in saying that we still can't hear you. But that's okay. We're all having sound issues this morning. All right. Let's see. I got some big movers today. I need to look at Novo Nordisk. Making great money there. Okay. Yeah, that's. Okay. I might wait for spreads. Might get a little pop back up here. I was hoping to close around 90. I think I'm going to give those calls a bit. Yeah. I'm going to do that. All right. What else we got? How's Meta doing? Meta announced, what was it, 60 billion in capex related to AI infrastructure. Well, markets they believe in Zuckerberg this time. So, yeah, a bit of a dip down to 624, right back up 640. Yeah, no problems there. Bank of Japan raised interest rates by 25 basis points from 0.25% to 0.5%. And the markets so far seem to be okay with that. And they implied that future rate increases are absolutely on the table. All is expected. No surprises there. So maybe that's why the markets are fairly calm right now. I would say fairly, they're very calm right now, all considered. Let's see. I got to keep an eye on Novo. How's JP Morgan? Look at JP Morgan doing its thing. Massive bounce from the open. I keep missing these. Andy, are you getting these? This isn't a one-time thing. This happens a lot. Microsoft is down 0.9%. That's interesting. What happened to them? How's Oracle doing? Speaking of Stargate, we have lots to talk about. A lot has happened this week. and we missed Monday. What was the big event that happened Monday? Oh yeah, MLK Jr. Day. That's right. Okay. Intuitive Surgical. If you lads and lasses don't mind, I'm going to look at some of my trades. I did make a gamble on Intuitive Surgical. So just light. And prayed that the stock price would fall so I could get bullish, but this isn't enough. This stock has been a rocket ship. How's Apple? And Apple's been the opposite of a rocket ship the past few weeks. Interesting movement at the open. S&P looks calm. JP Morgan rocketed. Apple dropped real quick. Meta did a complete U-shaped recovery. Wow. The markets are rewarding Meta for massive capex. Wouldn't have believed you if you told me that a couple years ago. Nvidia's dropping. Broadcom steady. How's Palantir? Palantir's back above 80. What about Robinhood? Robinhood's up 1%. How about the quantum scams? Rigetti Spaghetti is up 10%, because why not? QUBT. All right, are they all up for no reason? Yeah. QUBT is a straight scam. That company will disappear. They have no sales. I don't think they're doing anything valuable at all. So, yeah, everybody should short this company. Just buy puts. They're expensive. Or, you can buy put spreads. This company's going to go, it's complete fraud. Rivian. How about Tesla? What's Tesla doing these days? Tesla's been very flat. Like, amazingly flat this week. Unbelievably flat. Which company to short? QUBT. Just, I don't know. Oh, I post. I think I missed some trades. I'll get back to you on trades. Or I guess we could look at it now since we're live. I need to glance at Novo again. And it's still coming down. And we'll see what happens. I got until March for my calls, so I'm feeling good about those. How's KMI? How's our lotto doing? I think KMI can move like 50 cents today, maybe. That would be great. I mean, the Mag 7 are still massive capex related to data centers. Yeah, it's more power needed. Natural gas plays its part there. Man, what else we got? I got some calls on Kohl's. Kohl's is looking all right. Hey, look at Nintendo. Nintendo's coming back. Nintendo hit 16. Knowing Nintendo, though, I mean, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But this is a nice little trend over the past week. I have some put spreads to close on Novo. See if it'll take 5 cents. There we go. Nice close. I might sell more. Let's see what we got here. When do they have earnings? February 5th. I can sell some next week. I think that's what I was already selling. Not a lot of juice there. I don't want to lose money on both sides. I still have calls. I'm looking for a bit of a bounce. I don't know if it's going to happen. Let's see. What did they announce? New weight loss drug results. Patients on the highest dose lost 22% of their body weight after 36 weeks. And this was roughly 4% better than the weight loss seen after a similar period in a phase 3 study of Eli Lilly's Zepbound. This is the most effective weight loss drug now in the market. All right, I'm holding these calls. I got until March. QBTS, 150 million at the money offering. That sounds good to me. Go ahead, dilute shareholders. Oh, how's TXN? Down 6%. I didn't think the big semiconductor chip stocks could go down. Let's see. TXN they're solid. Their valuation was just a little bit hot. I might sell some. Let's see. IVR is 38. I could sell some of that. Let's see. Maybe I go next week because I'm ballsy. See what we got here. Yeah, I could sell some of this. Oh, that was nice. Okay, good fill. All right, just sold some TXN put spreads, 185, 182.5 expiring next week. Pretty aggressive there. But, yeah, I think IV will still go down a little bit. That's a pretty big drop for TXN. Yeah, I still don't quite like the valuation. TXN to me is a stock that dividend's still 2.9%. I was going to say I want at least 3% dividend because they're just a cash cow, but the growth is not that high. There's a difference between TXN and all the very high growth semiconductor chip stocks that are in strong secular trends, AI, stuff like that. Or should I say have more direct exposure to AI? Yeah, I guess TXN is expecting pretty strong growth for the next 2 years. Huh. Yeah, the valuation is okay. I would still want, I don't know, close to 5% free cash flow yield. 3% dividend. I don't think it's too much to ask for TXN. Plenty of deals on the markets right now. Let's see. Amgen. Amgen's down 0.7%. I believe I am still in Amgen calls, yes. Let's see. Let me check. Yes, I am. Yeah. They have earnings coming up on February 4th. And I think they're making good progress with their weight loss drugs. Amgen got beat up with the rest of much of healthcare. And they're coming back. And it looks like relative to other healthcare stocks, they're doing pretty well. The stock price is doing pretty well. So just based on market sentiment, I think markets like Amgen at this price. Other stocks like Merck just can't catch a break. That stock is quite undervalued. It's a great company. So, yeah, kind of looks like another Bristol Myers. Bristol Myers, man. That stock just would not stop dropping. Went from 81 to 39 in a year and a half. And now it's already back up to 60 in, what is that, 7 months? Merck. Yeah, this big pharma cyclicality, stock price cyclicality, it's very common. It's often very predictable. You just need to give them time. Regeneron is another one. So Amgen's coming back. How's Johnson & Johnson? They're looking all right. I got some call spreads there. I just needed to move up to 150, and I'm making great money. I think those are the rate. They're already profitable, but all right. QBTS, are they dropping? They're starting to. Yeah, I think all these companies, if they haven't diluted, or these other quantum computing companies, if they haven't diluted, I'm surprised. Okay, so D-Wave sold 150 million. I don't think that was QBTS. I think that was. Oh, sorry, it is QBTS. Rigetti Spaghetti, did they? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what about Quantum Corp? That company's just hanging out. How's old DJT? Up 1.8%. Vol, IV is very low. When GME used to trade like this, IV would drop. It's typically a good time to get in some long-term calls. Just from a trades perspective, not from a fundamental perspective. All right. Let's look at the Flex Grid. Go away. Why does this thing stay there? Apple's up 0.6% about. Amazon's back in the positive. Broadcom's up 3.15%. Google's up about 1%. Meta's up 1.15%. Microsoft is still down 0.36%. Nvidia's the opposite, up 0.36%. JP Morgan is flat. What are these moves on JP? In the news, I think I read that for the first time ever, maybe it was as of the end of last year, trading on U.S. exchanges is now mostly done outside the U.S. Pretty crazy. I think it's in large part due to India. It's a massive increase of trading of U.S. stocks and options. Is Intuitive Surgical coming back? Yeah, I think I'm going to cash out these puts. Or I only had one. Yeah, get rid of that. There's no point in holding that. Okay. KMI's back down. Yeah. Want. All right, Novo coming back up. All right, that's what I want. I think I'll be happy closing at 90. Can call it a day there. How's Constellation Brands? Like starting to come back up? Not really. TXN looks like it's headed back up as well. All right. Okay, let's look at some news. Boeing reported earnings. Or, sorry, they're about to report earnings. I guess they sort of pre-reported. Boeing forecasts a big loss, a $4 billion fourth quarter loss with $1.1 billion in charges tied to 777X and 767 programs after a strike and safety issues disrupted production last year. Revenue is forecasted at $15.2 billion, below estimates, and the company hasn't made a profit since 2018. Shares fell 1.7% pre-market, and now they are up 0.8%. Yeah, that the net losses they're reporting, it doesn't help that they're issuing massive amounts of stock-based comp. I don't know why people just still haven't really focused on that. Oh, Boeing. What a shame. Who remembers Nikola? I think yesterday they dropped about 28% on reports of a potential sale of part or all of the business due to cash shortages. Nikola has $198 million in cash. It should have zero. And previously warned it could only operate through the first quarter of 2025 without additional funding or partnerships. Who would partner with them? You're a $75 million company.
I thought after they were found out to be a scam,
What's up, Andy?
they just go bankrupt. Hello?
Well, no, scams are totally in these days, so. Yeah. You just find someone else to scam. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know what exactly they were working on. Not really sure. They're working on something, but I don't know. Like, I know the CEO's out, right? The guy, the head scammer, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. When people reveal something to be an absolute scam, and then it takes years for that scam to actually go away, I don't understand. I blame global warming. Phones with TikTok are selling on eBay for thousands of dollars because of the ban, and you can no longer download TikTok on your devices. I think this is mostly iPhones because Android, there's an easy workaround.
You can also sideload TikTok onto iPhone. You just have to.
Don't you need like a credit card or something
Mm-mm.
to download? Oh, okay, you don't.
You can download the what is the .app file or .apk file? And
Sure,
that
why
might
not?
be for, but whatever that whatever the file type is for
Hmm.
iPhone apps. And there's a Windows application called Sideloadly, which you can just use to sign your own certificate and upload TikTok onto your phone.
Okay, so people aren't just selling their phones with all of their, like data or whatever.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, I assume somebody would just delete everything and, it would only have TikTok, but yeah.
No, it
Um,
still have all your data on it.
I mean, hey, what's to stop people from just buying a bunch of iPhones, loading TikTok on them, and that's it, and then selling them on Shmeebay?
It's .ipa is the file type.
All right, ladies and gents, you have your mission. Go make hundreds of thousands of dollars and get Apple stock price back up because you're gonna have to buy a bunch of phones.
No, I'm buying them refurbished
Yeah, of course.
on Amazon.
American Express. Let's see how they doing. I wish they were down. The profit has surged 12% year over year, rise in fourth quarter profit to $2.17 billion. On strong holiday spending, revenue was up 9% to $17.18 billion. American Express had forecast 2025 earnings per share $15 to $15.50 per share, above analysts' $15.23 estimate, 8
Sorry.
to 10% revenue growth. Speaking of scams, MicroStrategy faces potential multi-billion-dollar tax bill under the corporate alternative minimum tax. This could tax $18 billion in unrealized Bitcoin gains at 15%. The company is lobbying the IRS for exemptions. Okay, this is fucking amazing. All right, you got a company. This is a legit Ponzi scheme, and I don't know. I think I've mentioned this before, maybe not in the YouTube talks, but the way MicroStrategy got going. You know what? Let's have a visual for you, you YouTube peoples. Let's look at something called the income statement and taxes. All right, so this is MicroStrategy's income statement over the past several years. So what MicroStrategy would do is, for a long time, they would just buy Bitcoin, right? And when you're just spending money to buy Bitcoin, your expenses are going to be really, really high. And this is similar to what the mining companies do, or they also buy Bitcoin, right? Or whatever crypto. Any crypto company is going to buy or have expenses that are way too large, so that they always report a net loss, and then they get a tax credit. So in the meantime, all these guys are issuing massive amounts of stock-based comp. So they're basically gaming the accounting system, reporting a net loss, getting a lot of stock-based comp, never paying taxes, right? So we look at MicroStrategy. We look at earnings before tax. Since 2020, it's been in the negative. 2021, negative 811 million. And then the following years, negative 1.3 billion. 2023 is negative 125 million, and then the last 12 months it was close to $1 billion. And the last 2 years they got over $1 billion in a tax credit. So, and of that, of course, they're just throwing it right back at Bitcoin. These companies are just, well, one, MicroStrategy is a legit Ponzi scheme, but they're basically taking taxpayer money and using it to buy Bitcoin and issue stock-based comp for executives. That is a scam. There's no way around that. And speaking of stock-based comp, so we look at revenue. I mean, let's see. Let's go for the definition of how they actually make money. They say they provide artificial intelligence-powered enterprise analytics software and services in the U.S., Europe, Middle East, around the world. It offers MicroStrategy ONE. I've honestly never heard of anybody that uses that, which provides non-technical users with the ability to directly access novel and actionable insights for decision-making, and MicroStrategy Cloud for government service. Supposedly it's cybersecurity. I've never heard of anyone using MicroStrategy's platforms. Like, not once, ever. Any other platform you tell me about, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, Palo Alto, Fortinet, like any SaaS or cybersecurity, I've heard of companies using them. No idea who uses MicroStrategy. Does anybody know someone or some company that uses MicroStrategy's services? I honestly don't. So whatever. They're still they're generating sales from something. So, but yeah, point being is they are gaming the U.S. accounting system. And if we look at stock-based comp, the statement of cash flows, so yeah, that's almost 20% of their sales that is being issued in stock-based comp. Let's take a look at Open Insider. Let's see what we got here. All right, so just a ton of options exercises. If we look at what's his dumbass name? Michael Saylor. Let's just look at Michael Saylor. Did they do a split? They did a split, right? Okay, yeah, 10-1. Holy hell, man. All right, Michael Saylor. Oh, by the way, Michael Saylor, during the dot-com bubble, he committed securities fraud. So, it's the same guy. But, of course, nobody remembers that. So, these are all of his stock sales. And, I mean, just taking a guess, yeah, this is over $100 million in stock sales over the past, I'm sorry, this ended back in April of last year. This was in like 4 months. This guy was cashing out like crazy. And then his other goons, board of directors, other executives, they're selling dozens of millions of stock. And they're all mostly options exercises. And people say, oh, that's fine. That's just part of the agreement. As if they can't write in massive amounts of stock options for themselves. Like that's a very... It's an easy to manipulate number. They can change that. They can increase it to whatever they want. So if we look at shares outstanding over the past, let's see, 5 years, total shares outstanding has doubled, and that's insane. They're not making any real money. They have a high stock-based comp, and part of the reason they've been able to buy more Bitcoin is because of gaming the accounting system. And now they have to pay a tax, or they'll have to, which they should have to. And they're lobbying the IRS so that they don't have to. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the United States of America. This is terrible. Yeah, this company deserves to... I want the stock price to do what oil did back during COVID. I wanted to go negative. And people are just trying so hard to sell that somehow price goes negative. Notice that at no point did I say that this is about Bitcoin. Like it's strictly like Bitcoin is the inherent problem. No, it's just a guy that's committed fraud before. He's committing fraud again, and he's running a Ponzi scheme. Doesn't even have to be Bitcoin. Can be stock. I mean, Carl Icahn was doing something similar, was he not?
It was his son, or was it actually Carl Icahn?
It was his company, so it was him.
Okay.
Yeah, so this company needs to die. S&P's come back down a little bit. Oh, 405, thanks for posting earnings. All right, what do we got next week? Next week we got SoFi, AT&T. It's Monday in the AM. Then we have Nucor, Alexandria Real Estate, after hours. SoFi. That's had a hell of a run. I'm pretty sure it was just that whole alternative finance industry. Affirm didn't do as well, but I mean, they had a brilliant run last half of last year. Let's see. I haven't looked at SoFi in a minute.
Lots of tech earnings.
Yeah, semiconductor chip stocks too. I think SoFi said that they were going to have $1 billion in net income 2026. Analysts are saying it's under $500 million right now. The main reason I don't like SoFi is I don't like their management. I don't like when management just throws lofty numbers. That's not good management. They're just trying to get people to buy the stock. And the other thing I don't like is that SoFi, I don't see the need for SoFi. I don't see their competitive edge. I don't get it. Are any of you guys using SoFi?
I do not use them. They've been advertising loans pretty heavily, though.
So I guess just anybody that needs loans. And that's been a great market, right? Yeah, I mean, they're like a bank now, right? So they make money off of spreads, but they should be valued as a bank in that case. Yeah, I don't understand the reason for SoFi to exist. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but all right, what else? AT&T, how have they been doing? AT&T had a great year. Man, they were on the chopping block for a while. They were having all sorts of problems. Had to sell off assets, had to slash the dividend. And I guess the past year and a half has been really strong for them. What about Verizon? Verizon, not so much. What is this random trend line? There you go. Verizon's got a 6.8% dividend yield. How about AT&T? AT&T's under 5%. Wow, I didn't think I would see that much of a spread between AT&T and Verizon, between their yields. Alexandria Real Estate. I like to revisit this stock here and then. Here and there, rather. What's the dividend? 5.2%. So Alexandria Real Estate, the ticker's ARE. They lease office space and laboratories to medical facilities. And it's pretty specific. and their business is more or less tied to, two main factors. One would be clinical testing of drugs, of new medical tech, and the second main factor would be, of course, interest rates, because they are a REIT. So, because of interest rates, the stock price was beaten up quite a bit, along with a lot of other REITs. But I think they were kind of unfairly treated, like one of those REITs, like an office REIT, because that space is still needed. Those medical facilities, they're still definitely needed. And it looks like they're still steadily raising their dividend every 2 quarters. Yeah, so a lot of confidence in the business. And I think every time it comes down to a relatively low price, outside of just, the environment where the Fed is just raising interest rates over and over again, times like these, I think it's a decent value. Interestingly, whenever the government or some political figure says these vaccines are bad, or these types of drugs are bad, it doesn't mean that those industries are going to suffer, or the pharmaceutical industry, companies that do clinical research, testing in laboratories, doesn't mean they're suddenly going to have a bad time. If anything, that means more research is needed on different treatments. They're going to try to get around those regulations. So as Jeff Goldblum would say, life finds a way. So yeah, this company, they're a solid company. They're not exactly sexy high growth tech or anything like that, but yeah, right now they're priced well, and over 5% dividend yield. Not bad if you're looking for a REIT. If you're looking for income. And I think they do have earnings coming up. Oh, yeah, that's why I'm looking at them. Monday after the close. Fun times. Also next week, we got Boeing, General Motors, Lockheed, Raytheon, JetBlue, Starbucks, SAP, Lending Club, ASML is on Wednesday morning. Very much looking forward to that. Progressive, T-Mobile, ADP, Danaher, General Dynamics, the NASDAQ itself, Tesla's after hours on Wednesday, Meta, Microsoft, IBM, Lam Research. I am very curious about Lam Research. I have some calls on them. I think the stock price has been beaten up quite a bit. Cyclical semiconductor chip stock. They should come up with the rise in the tide. Western Digital. Then Thursday, AM, got UPS, MasterCard, Dow. I'm interested in Dow. That stock has been taken out back and shot. There's not really anything wrong with the company. They're doing just fine. They have growth, free cash flow. Forward free cash flow looks great. Leverage is fine. Yeah, I don't understand why this company's been beaten to hell. Dividends 6.7%. Yeah, I think this company's just like markets are just prejudiced against this industry or something, because it's a solid company. I think we have Blackstone. Hey, Nokia. Remember Nokia? Remember when everybody said Nokia was the next MOAS? They've actually done okay this past year. Southwest. Comcast. How's Comcast doing? Sucking it up. And then after hours, you got Apple, Intel, Visa, Clack. And then Friday morning, you got Big Oil, Exxon, Chevron. Then we got AbbVie, Colgate Palmolive, Booz Allen Hamilton. I'm watching them. Interesting little sell-off in this industry. I guess government kind of cybersecurity, software as a service. I believe CACI International, they reported earnings yesterday, kind of spooked the whole industry, and then there was a pretty quick rebound. I think there's Leidos, or Leidos, however you say that, KBR, Booz Allen. At first I thought Booz Allen was an alcoholic beverage company. Palantir did all right, though. Palantir just trades in its own, like it's the only stock. It's something I found interesting last year. Palantir traded as if it was the only stock to give that kind of exposure, but there's at least a handful. Kind of strange. And then Phillips 66 as well, Friday morning. Yeah, lots of earnings. Okay, let's see. TLT's now up. You work with them. Nice. Net gas still coming down. Yeah, I don't think the party's over for Nat Gas. Especially if we have a little bear market this year. I think Nat Gas would do great. How's Devin? Okay, Devin's taking a little bit of a break. Devin just has these. It's like it actually follows trends. Such strange trading. It's like we went back in time, like to the 80s or something, where people get their news from the newspaper. They say, "Oh, I need to buy Devon stock," and then everybody takes their time buying the stock, and they say, "Oh, I need to sell Devon stock," and then everybody takes their time selling the stock. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's look at the market tape and then probably call it a day for YouTube land. S&P is now flat. NASDAQ is down 0.15%. The Dow is down 0.18%. The Russell down about 0.18%. VIX futures are flat. Treasuries are now up. Gold is up 1%. Crude is down 0.5%. Nat gas is down 3.15%. Bitcoin is up 2.5%. And the US dollar is down 0.55% versus other currencies. All right. For those who subscribed, I sent out a little message this morning. The third part of the renewable energy series, I'm gonna have to push back to next week. It evolved from when I first started planning it, and what with market movements and then news, all sorts of things. So big acquisitions being made by one of the companies, all sorts of things. a lot of changing dynamics there in the past few weeks. So I'm just pushing that back, just maybe to the end of next week, maybe middle of the week I can get it out. I just want to make sure I have everything taken care of, and just improve the write up a little bit, include recent news, stuff like that. And it'll be mostly focused on I guess stocks within specific industries. Maybe not as long of a written report, but it will come with a spreadsheet just like the other monthly, semi-monthly reports that I've been distributing. So that'll come next week. And I think that's all I got for YouTube people. So have a good weekend. I will see you guys Monday. I think the sound issues will be no more. Don't know why that was a problem, but sorry about that. But I'll see you YouTube guys Monday, and we'll be hanging out in Discord for another 30 minutes, hour or so. All right, have a good weekend.